Thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Okay guys, let me bring this thought to your head. It might be a bit scary. I don't want you to panic, but I would like for you to hear me out. We're currently in the Wano country arc, and as things are ramping up, one thing we can say for certain, post Wano, the next step seems to be the Pirate King. Luffy will never fight Shanks, seriously. Blackbeard is on the horizon, and the Straw Hats, they've pretty much hinted that, hey, once we get past these commanders, this point, these two Yonko, Luffy becoming the Pirate King is the inevitable next step. But what are other steps to becoming Pirate King? We kind of understand the steps, right? Do you guys know the steps? All right, well, the first step is to subscribe to this channel, right? Subscribe to the channel, drop a like, because you watch a video, you think you're subscribed, and you look down, all right, I'm not subscribed. Now is the time to subscribe because we're about to go through the steps to becoming Pirate King. Well, from what we know, the steps to becoming Pirate King revolve around the poneglyphs. This is what makes Roger fantastic because he's a trailblazer. Even though he was sick, about to die, we're not sure what he had. I mean, maybe he was gallivanting with some crazy ladies and then one of them gave him something, but Roger was in there and he sailed multiple times to accomplish his goal. He garnered so much fanfare from not only civilians, but also pirates, other pirates, and also the Marines, right? So he established these things by being great, by being dominant, and then, by achieving what no one else had ever achieved, they declared him the Pirate King. Now, everyone has been chasing that glorious title ever since Roger said he left it all at one place, which of course is a part of another ploy, okay? Starting the Great Pirate Era, making things a bit more difficult for the Marines, but also there are bigger things. I believe one of the goals in life is to always get better and grow. Skillshare is a community online for creatives to learn and take the next step to explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and just get lost in creativity. People ask me all the time, like, how to get better at various things in regards to YouTube. Well, this is literally the cheat code. What I absolutely loved was a step-by-step by, from someone I regard as one of the best YouTubers on the planet, Marquez Brownlee, where he talks about his process from beginning to end. And this is just the tip of the iceberg with Skillshare. And for right now, the first 1,000 subscribers to use the link below gets a month free. How many things can you learn in a month? Click the link below, give it a shot, and get lost in creativity at play. The Pirate King, I made a video about this if you want to check it out, link in the description down below, where I talked about no one actually cares about becoming the Pirate King. It's about what comes with it, right? A lot of people have ulterior motives, people being the Yonko, but most of the Yonko basically believe by becoming the Pirate King, this makes them accomplishing their actual goals a bit easier, right? For Big Mom and Kaido, I've talked about it, link in the description down below, because now we understand becoming the Pirate King is a lot more grander, right? It's a more grandiose plan. It's not just about going and finding treasure. It's about once you find a treasure, being able to do something with it, okay? So when you get there, you got to make it work. It's interesting because we've seen so much dialogue where Whitebeard said to Blackbeard, you're not the one Roger's waiting for. What could that mean? And so we expect that to be Luffy. Okay, so now with all that being said and the plans that set up basically going back to the Void Century and how intricate Nico Robin is to this plan, can we afford to lose her? What if we do lose her, right? Because that's something that I would not expect. No one would if Nico Robin was all of a sudden non-existent. If the world government happened to apprehend her and now we don't got the person that can read the poneglyphs to tell us exactly what we need to do, what do we do then? For Momonosuke, he never really learned it, and Yamato, she only knows so much. So then where do we go from here? Okay, so let's try to narrow it down. Nico Robin, she's apprehended by CP0. They leave the island. Of course, Luffy, he's going to go after her. Okay, that's the first thing, because Luffy's not going to go and try to become the Pirate King without Nico Robin. He will go and try to find Nico Robin, which could tie into some things with Sabo and Vivi, or even Boa Hancock, right? Say Boa Hancock loses to Kobe. I know some of you guys are upset about that because that's your pirate queen, but there's a chance that this could happen. And not just Kobe, there are other Marines there, but this could tie into Luffy actually going there. First though, some Elbaf stuff has to happen. It's just too much setup. It's too important, I think, to someone like Usopp. Big Mom, I don't know. I feel like we should leave her in Wano, but I do think other things need to take place. Okay, so now let's rule out Luffy just straight up going to Marineford or going to Marijoa to get Nico Robin. And then some of the dialogue in the recent chapter talking about Nico Robin or hinting towards her capture, it was weird because it was almost making it seem like now they were wary of just straight up decapitating her, right? Like now they were saying, well, anything could happen in war, which was insinuating they could make it a mistake that Nico Robin gets apprehended or even killed, which is like, well, why would you care about that? She has a bounty on her head. If she gets killed or apprehended, that's what you guys are supposed to do. So maybe Nico Robin, and because she was with the revolutionaries, now they're a bit fearful fearful of what's going on there. Dialogue was a bit iffy. However, if we lose her, are we done? Is it done for the Straw Hats? Is it the end of the Pirate King, right? Meaning that title can no longer be attained because she is the key. Something I've always had an issue with, all right, is the fact that Nico Robin is the only key. The only thing that can basically translate the poneglyphs as we know now. There were hints about the Three-Eyed Tribe and how they can basically transcribe the poneglyphs, but that hasn't gone anywhere. Even Big Mom and Kaido went and talked about it. Pudding hasn't awakened, but for me, I'm like, Pudding, where did she get her powers from? Big Mom, who's her dad, all right? Do you want to share that information, or is it okay? Let's move on. So essentially, it seems like we cannot lose Nico Robin, but there is one silver lining: Oden's logbook. So we know for a fact that Oden went with Roger and they figured out exactly what was at Raftel. Not sure what Luffy can do with that or the logbook, but we know there's key information in that where Momonosuke even said to himself, okay, it seems like I can't die. So from Oden's logbook, can we learn anything? Is there anything that we can do? Can Momonosuke learn how to transcribe the poneglyphs through any other means? Something that is interesting is now Zunisha is here, right? And Zunisha is someone that predates even the Void Century. And we're not sure who she's tied to, but it has to be someone, the Kazuki, because she's responding and Momonosuke can command her. What if Momonosuke can be trained by Zunisha how to read the poneglyphs again? And so therefore they could branch off and do different things before they go after Nico Robin. Of course, that is literally not how Luffy operates, but what if he doesn't know where she is? Right? And you have to go through these things without Nico Robin and then rescue her, which would be a complete mind fuck, because we thought everything had to be achieved through Nico Robin and her being the last surviving Oharan, right? If she is captured, which has been so many hints, even back in Zou, she said, well, I'm happy I have strong people who can protect me now. It's like, man, I hope she doesn't get captured again, bro. Like, as much as I enjoyed Enies Lobby Water 7, it was stressful, okay? And I know, guys, I'm in the camp that Wano and the tension has not been the best, okay? And it would be an insane way if Nico Robin is apprehended and taken away from Onigashima, which I'm not sure that would happen because CP Zoro, as far as we know, none of them can really fly. Nico Robin can, though. But regardless, I think that would be a very interesting twist, but what would be more impactful is the effect it would have on not only the Straw Hats, but some of the allies, right? Law, he was establishing a relationship with Nico Robin, telling her things, and trusting her a bit more. What if Sabo does come to Wano like some people speculate? Once he finds out, hey, Nico Robin was apprehended by the world government, that could trigger some things. What about Aokiji? We know for the most part, he is somewhat tethered to Nico Robin, where he's monitoring her progress, almost wanting an answer based on how she lives her life, saying he's not sure if he made the right decision by saving her. So Nico Robin's existence, she's tied to so many different people, but what if she's being transported to the world government and then zahaha, she's apprehended by someone like Blackbeard? Now, again, Nico Robin being the key, the only person that can read the poneglyphs and translate these poneglyphs, it does create an interesting scenario where she should be wanted a lot more than she has been. And we said it before, Nico Robin's bounty should be a lot higher. But for plot purposes and continuity, you can't have it where admirals are just coming after the Straw Hats when they're just leaving East Blue. Or once they're just leaving Alabasta, it's like, I'm not sure what they can do, which, to be fair, an admiral did come after them, right? But that was Aokiji, and he had different feelings towards the situation. But what if it was Kizaru, right? What if it was, God no, Akainu? It would be a completely different scenario. But in this instance, it's not something that I foresee happening, but if it did, it would basically turn the One Piece community upside down, because everything we've known so far has to go through Nico Robin. For the Straw Hats, that's what makes them an amazing group, right? Because you feel like everyone is necessary, but we felt like Nico Robin was irreplaceable because the story told us she was. But Oda has lied to us before, not directly, but by telling us things about the story where it's like, well, the rule is you can only eat one devil fruit. Lo and behold, here he has with 2 devil fruits. So what if he tells us, hey, Nico Robin, she's the only person that can read the poneglyphs? There are hints that there are other ways to do so. I'm just not sure if you would make the Straw Hats go through that, especially based on how much time is left in the story. Does he want to go through a whole rigmarole where he has to write it in, where they have to find another way to translate the poneglyphs? That seems like a very tall task, so I don't foresee that happening, but I would welcome that twist because that's all we've known. And Oda loves turning the story on its head, and we're like, wait, where did that come from? That was unexpected. And you know, people have been speculating Straw Hat death for the longest. What if it's Nico Robin? What if it's Robin? Then what? How would we feel about that? I have this weird thing where I call Robin Nico Robin all the time. I think I just like saying Nico. Get off me, all right? Get off me. But guys, give me your thoughts. If the Straw Hats lose Nico Robin, if the Straw Hats lose Robin, Robin. Shit. Then what? Is this the end of the Pirate King? Is that dream gone? But yeah, guys, give me your thoughts. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BrogODAce. Follow me on Instagram at BrogOD.ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys all so much. Again, guys, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
I start doubting me, I felt lost. I rewrite it.